eastbound and down, rolling up and trucking. Woo! We're gonna. Hi guys. My kids left these Hot Wheels on my desk. I'm just trying to clean the desk up. I want to do some building today. It's been a little while since I got a chance to sit at the desk and, custom build something from nothing. Of course, one of my ones I've been wanting to build forever is the Hiway Hauler. It's no secret. It's one of my favorite cars. A lot of people do collect the Hiway Hauler. This is the first generation. I like the first and second generation the best. They're pretty close to each other. One's just a little more modern version, but you get a lot of bang for your buck with the Hiway Hauler. You put a lot of nice graphics on the side, big box, it's a truck, it's really cool. And I've been saying for years, I'm going to build it, I'm going to build it. I think I'm going to build it today. I've been telling you, promising you guys that I'm going to do it. Because I get a lot of questions when it comes to my large scales. They say, well, what's your technique? Do you use a 3D printer? How do you do it? I'm going to show you that today. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of how I build it. Do I use the 3D printer? No, never have. I don't own one. I don't knock them, but all my stuff's built by hand. I don't have a machine build my stuff. Yeah, I got no use for that. Not to mention, truth be told, I don't know how to use a CAD program to, even if I did have a 3D printer. So forget all that business. So I build mine by hand, and it's been great for me, very therapeutic. And so follow along today. I'm going to show you how I build one of these. We're going to do the ins and outs. I'm going to drill one apart. I'm going to build it. It's going to look just like the little one does on the inside and the outside. It's going to go together the same way. And I hope you like it. I'm going to time-lapse the video in certain spots, just so you don't have to look at every little line and cut and bore you to death. But you still got to listen and look at my ugly mug. So I apologize for that. But if you're a Hiway Hauler fan or a customizing Hot Wheels fan or just anything cool Hot Wheels in general, follow along. We'll have some fun. I hope. Let's check it out. So to build this, what I use is this sheet plastic. It's not very thick. You can see the thickness right here. I'll just use that. That's pretty much it. For that, you need X-Acto blade. I use a little ruler, a little metal thing, not very good. And to put it all together, acrylic glue. I do have wheels I have molded ahead of time. I use them. They're medium and large for that the years of Hot Wheels, and that's how I do it. So what I do to start off with, I will take the Hiway Hauler, I will lay it down, take pictures of it just like that, maybe take a picture like that, and put them on the computer and blow up the pictures until the wheels match the size of the wheels they need to be. These wheels are 25th scale, big and large. So if my the wheels match that wheel and the measurements turn out right, that's the scale I need. Okay, I have printed out the pictures of what I need for the Hiway Hauler. Now, I had to adjust the size of the picture and print it out multiple different times until the size matched. Now, the Hiway Hauler uses all large wheels, and the wheel matches up to the size I need. So I know this is going to be my size of the Hiway Hauler, just like that. So I'm not sure exactly how long that is. I haven't measured it, but I use that template. Use the truck, side, the top, the cab. I build the cab first, so I'll need that. And I have the side of the cab, so I know that the length needs to be. I just measure that. There's the front. And of course, there's the top. So, what I'll do first, I'll decide which of these I'll start with first. I'll probably start with the cab front, because I can cut all those out, and that'll be my start. Then I'll measure the roof and all that. So let's follow along. Let's get it done. Now what I'm gonna do is I cut the truck out, not the chassis. I'll save the chassis for later. I'll cut the truck, the face of the body out, and then I'll lay it over sheet plastic and trace it, then cut it out in plastic, and we'll go from there. So here's what's left of what I'm going to use. I'll fill in the window section later, but that's the face of it, and that's how much bigger it's going to be. Now I'll trace it on the sheet plastic, cut it out, get it trimmed just right, and then we'll move on to the next phase. Okay, now I've got that basic shape of the front. You kind of see where this is going and how this is going to be put together. What I got to do next is all the little detail in the front. You can't really see all the scribe lines and stuff in there. I've got to cut those in. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, now we pretty much got the front end done. Now it's time to turn my attention towards the sides. I'll cut these in duplicate, one for each side. Should be easy enough. There's a little bit of scribe lines here and there on there. We'll add the mirrors later. You know, the horns in the back, the exhaust in the back later, the horns on the roof. We'll get the basic box shape going first. So, here we go. I've got two good sides trimmed out. Now, they're pretty good size. They match up with the nose like they're supposed to. I kind of made a screw up earlier on. I did the line a little too low. I do a lot of eyeballing it and stuff like that, but now it's going to work pretty good. You know, have to sand it and get it, you know, fine-tuned. But now, all this small detail on here, I've got to scribe into the truck, and then there's the door handle that's raised, the bar that the trucker pulls himself up on, that's raised, the mirror's raised, and then it's got a rib going across right here. That'll go around the front as well. I'll wait till it's all done and then add those details. But for now, I'm going to scribe in those lines. Now, what I've been using to scribe the lines, it's a tool called a scriber. I don't know if you could see that, but it's got a little pointy edge that kind of curls down, almost looks like a dental tool. And the inside, it's grooved just a little bit, that as you cut against the plastic, you know, cutting it down against the plastic, it carves a groove out. And that's how you scribe lines and detail into the stuff. And this is made for modeling. I got it off of eBay for just a few bucks. And this is a pretty invaluable tool, if you, especially if you got in your plastic that you have lines you need to do. So, very valuable. All right, let's get to scribing some detail on these cab sides. Okay, you probably can't see it very well, but there's one, all the details scribed into it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Now I got to do this one. I'm not going to bore you with the details of doing both of them. I'll get this one done, and then we'll move on to the next step and see where we're at. Okay, now I've got the front and the sides done. I think I did pretty good on them. They might need some body work, some cleanup, but they all do. Now I'm ready to glue them together and add the roof. Now I've got the basic shape of the cab. Like I said, I'll put the roof on. I'll add the middle post into the truck. I got to measure out the roof, make sure that's good. I might do the back instead. Put the back on and then put the roof on. That might be a lot easier. Now, this is going to be the roof piece. Now, the reason I made another piece for it and doubling it up is because it just looks too thin up there. And on the real thing, I don't know if you can see it. Light's not so good here. It's a little thicker, and it kind of angles. It's, you know, it's got a dome top very slightly. It just goes down on the edges. So I'm going to sand the edges, and I want to reflect that. So that's why I did that. Also, I don't know if you you could tell in the video, I do this a lot with the I'll fill the plastic, I'll fill the edges, and I'll take the knife and score it across the edges. Reason being is because when you cut it, it gets a ridge on the edge on each side of the plastic, and then you snap it. The ridge isn't any good, so you got to take that off when you're going to glue it. You can see the ridge coming off right there. So I do that with the blade, and it softens up the edge of the plastic. So until I can sand everything and really get it the way it needs to be, but that makes the edges really nice and gives a nice glue edge. So it's nice and smooth. That's why I do that. Here's our basic cab shape. It's looking pretty good. Needs the horns and the lights on top, and you know, the mirrors and the pull handle, little hinges there. Obviously the stacks that go on the back, and then you know, some body work, some sanding. Needs the back obviously for the hold the box on the back. I put the plate behind there, gives something for the radiator and the two headlight buckets to rest against. And I wasn't happy with the way I did the cab. I took the roof back off. I narrowed it. The original truck kind of angles in the glass area, and I didn't have that on here, so I had to do that and then alter the back as well. So I did that. Now it's time to add the rear of the truck where the rear wheels go. But if you're playing the home game, you know that I make these trucks, or all my customs like this. If you were to take them apart, the insides look just like the outside. They look just like the Hot Wheel. They go together, screw in the same spot, and the insides all resemble the exact same thing. So this is the time of this party where I drill this out so I can get the interior and figure out how all this goes together and what the insides of that look like. And like most highway haulers, they only had a window and they didn't actually have a real interior, which is good because that's one step I don't have to build. And because the interiors actually have a lot of detail with the seat lines in it, dash, all that good stuff. So I just have to make a window. And now I can see exactly how this goes. That's a lot of detail in there, right? Not really, but I got to make it match, you know? And I want to make sure I get all this right and, you know, do the best I can here, so. Okay, the cab has this little piece down here that locks in to the chassis, just like that. Now I'm going to leave that off until I build the chassis because I'm not exactly sure how long it should be. I can guess, and of course these need to curve around a little bit, you know, to make those. But I'm gonna wait till I get the chassis built and then get the little slot made, and then I can get the exact size for it. So I think I'm gonna size up the stacks for now. Now I got the stacks on there on the back. Need some body work and stuff here and there, a little filler. Gonna have to hit that whole cab wall back here and that. But I'm really liking it. It looks pretty good. Yeah. Now I just got to get the chassis built. I might build the windows. Yeah. So I don't know. Leave a comment in the bottom and down there and let me know what you think so far. I mean, look, I think it looks pretty good. So, well, that's it for part 1 of the Hiway Hauler build. Next time we'll do the interior glass and the chassis and try and get the rest of the details worked out, the small details worked out on the cab. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time. I had a blast. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it online, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. So, join me right here for part 2. Y'all have a good one.